VZ59 Dravec, which is weird because this is on the Lesta server, but on our server we have the VZ60 Dravec, and it's a tier 10 heavy. And you might have noticed something, the muzzle brakes are actually the same. So, okay, that's a weird asset to share, but it gets even weirder because there's a tank currently unreleased, it's just on Tanks GG, and it's called the Dravec, as opposed to the Dravec. And if we compare these two tanks, they actually have the same hull. So, the amount of sharing that goes between Wargaming and Lesta is very strange because they can't seem to agree on anything. But what is the VZ59 Dravec? Tier 8 medium tank, and it's best compared to the Prototypo. And they even came out around the same time. Now the reason I didn't make a video on it back then is because, well, you're gonna see right here, its DPM is worse than the Prototypo, which is kind of strange because the Prototypo is an auto reloader, so you would imagine if you were to empty your magazine, you'd have a very long reload. In fact, if we click on that, 8.6, 10.5, and then 14. However, the Dravec just has low DPM no matter what you do. You empty your magazine and you've got to reload for 29 seconds almost. The Dravec has 216 millimeters of penetration on APCR, whereas the Prototypo is 226 AP. Now, 226 AP is pretty good. 216 APCR is terrible because this is basically like 200 AP. And it really does show because the Dravec bounces everything. Despite being a 100 mil instead of a 105, it actually beats it out on alpha damage, strangely enough. The Prototypo is 300, it's 320. Now, if we compare the gold, this is 250 heat, and the Prototypo gets 270 APCR. So the Prototypo just blows it right out of the water. Even at 500 meters, the APCR still has more penetration than the heat, and it gets 2 degrees of normalization. So, yeah, the Prototypo, you just spam gold, you have 272 penetration. The Dravec, because the heat rounds are so poopy, you kind of just want to fire APCR. That's a huge difference in penetration. Now, they both have a clip size of 3 rounds. Because the Dravec has a slight edge on alpha, it's 960 clip as opposed to 900. And they also have the same intraclip of 2.5. Now, to be honest, the Prototypo is just a better gun. It's got more penetration on all the ammo and higher DPM. But if we keep going, the Prototypo has better aim time and better accuracy by quite a bit, mind you. 0.36, that's like average, even slightly below average. The Prototypo is decent, actually, it's pretty good. The dispersion factors are slightly better, turning and whatever, and it's better on turning the turrets, but to be honest, the accuracy is more worth it. The Dravec, you fully aim just to miss. The Prototypo takes a bit longer to aim, although that's questionable even because of the aim time. But definitely blooms more when turning the turret, but still you're accurate. And the Prototypo gets an extra degree of gun depression. The Dravec is faster, it has a faster top speed, 60, that's pretty good. However, the Prototypo has really good terrain resistances, so it's actually just more agile. Even though it's kind of capped by its top speed, it gets around a lot better. Even with its lower power to weight, it can actually reach its top speed of 50 on soft, whereas even the Dravec can't do that, despite its power to weight advantage. We go down, the Dravec has a slight edge on health, but a bit worse camo, but it does beat it out on view range. And so the armor, the Prototypo doesn't really have armor, it kind of has some auto ricochets occasionally, and it's pretty much the same thing with this tank. The upper plate can be an auto ricochet if you get lucky, kind of like a bat chat at tier 10. But aside from that, I mean, this tank doesn't really have armor. Is it just me, or does this look like a Tessac, but bigger? Like a big boy Tessac. Now the equipment I use is vert stabs. And I actually went with improved rotation mechanism because maybe I should have went with improved aiming. I wanted to get this as low as possible, including dispersion after firing, so. And the last one is turbo. Now, of course, you could go with cope equipment if you really wanted to, get your accuracy down, but this is just what I went with. And of course, if you put food, not gas, food, and all the other bits and bobs that you would want. You get decent camo, you don't quite get max view range, and maybe you would want to use vents for that. Let's see, does vents get you to max view range? It does, so maybe you want to use it. You could also go with hardening so that you have a bit more health so that you can trade shots, right? You take one shot, you dish out 3 in return. It's really up to you. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to the replays. Dravec on Outpost. And of course, the RU version of Outpost is the old version where the heavy flank hasn't been changed. So it sucks. So, I'm not even going to go there. It's kind of just a frontal engagement, and I don't have the pen for that. So instead, I'm actually just going to YOLO the middle. I don't normally go over here. You don't really get that much out of it. But, okay, here's a G-Sor. There's one. For some reason, he insisted on ramming me. Okay. I took 190 from that, but I did 560 to him. However, I did start now the game with 400 health, so that's not very good. However, I need to reload, and of course this tank does take quite a while to reload. So, it's good. It's long enough so that you can get unspotted, and Artie gets bored and leaves you alone. Anyway, there's a Lynx here. There's one. There's two, and I'm not going to poke at any more than this, because as you know, there's always tank destroyers over here, and I don't feel like getting shot by one. And so I do a quick little peek there. Maybe I could spot one. Can't really spot one. So I'm just going to sit here and go on the reload. My sixth sense has stuck around for a while, but okay, there we go. Now I'm unspotted. So, yeah, now I only put one shot and I got to go on the reload again. This is why the Prototypo is honestly just better. Auto reloaders in general are just better. But it's fine. This tank isn't the greatest tank of all time, but it can have good games, so that's why I'm showing it to you here. I'm loaded. Now what do I do? There's heavies and people over there, but I don't have a shot on them. And so I thought, can I poke this again and maybe spot something coming or leaving this area? So let's see here. There's the Artie. Do I blind it? And oh, there's this guy in. Why is it when you kill wheeled vehicles, they just go crazy and do like a triple somersault? Why is that? It's weird, but anyway, there's people over here, and I guess I could support our ELC, but then I'd see, oh, the heavies and friends are actually moving up, so I'll get side shots on them, in theory. And oh, there's this guy, and watch this shot. Yeah, that's a bit lucky, but if I didn't pen or hit him, I would have just backed up and repositioned so that he couldn't hit me, and I could shoot these guys. And so, is anybody gonna come up? They're all on the other side of that destroyed castle mound area. Oh, there's a KV-4. I'm not gonna really pen a KV-4 with my shit-ass pen, but, you know, it's worth giving it a shot. And at this point, I decide, okay, time to reload. The ELC is actually doing good work spotting people on the other side, so maybe I should support him now. So, here we are. And this is also, like, this is the main reason I don't come to the side of the map, or the middle part here in most of my matches, is because there isn't actually much to do. And, okay. Oh, he got him. Alright. It's really just a bunch of waiting for something to just be out of position. Like, oh, is that Barask out of position? No. Okay, I don't want to back up any more than this. I could get spotted. They do have an enemy ELC even 90 after all. So, let's see. Can our ELC do something? What a gamer. He actually goes in and takes out that T-44. He's out of render, but hopefully at some point they can spot them. There's a bunch of TDs there. They're definitely sitting in the bushes. This mod 1 has decided to go in, and here is the Sturv. And this is quite some aim time, but there's one. And he's destroyed. Nice. And so at this point I think, okay, well, I don't think I'm going to be getting much more from that side of the map. We're actually kind of winning the north side, so why don't I jump down and try to clip someone out. So that's the plan, at least. The Mod 1 looks like he's gunning it for the artillery now, which means I get all this to myself. That's good. There's a Gonzalo and a Mivy. Now, the Gonzalo can one-shot me if he's firing HE, so I'll go for the Mivy instead. Where is he? And, okay, there he is. There's one. He's gonna put a shot into me. Actually ricocheted, lucky for me, right? And last shot in the cupola, because there's a decent chance I don't actually pen his lower plate. And, of course, the artillery who's getting killed by the T-54 somehow has time to aim at me, because he couldn't shotgun the guy right in front of him, I guess. Anyway, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm on 5 kills. When did I get that? Can I get a Top Gun? Well, there's an ELC over there, and a Barask. The Barask has actually just put a clip into that Mod 1. So, the Barask might come for seconds and try to kill him after he reloads. So I'm going to go for the Barask. However, I am on 25 HP. So I don't want to join that Mod 1 and give that Barask 2 kills for free. I'm going to keep my distance right now. And there he is. There's one. Can I go for the track? Track. It didn't track. That one armor not hit. Which is really bad because if he was a one-shot, I could have actually killed him after I reloaded. But now, look. He knows he'll beat my reload, so he's going to come for me. However, I don't know if this is like 5D chess, but he actually decides to leave. It looks like he's ducking in, and he wants me to come in. Which is, I guess, the smart play. If I come in, I can't really shoot him, and he can just one-shot me. However, looking at this, I'm not going to get my Top Gun sitting here. So, he hasn't spotted the BZ, and so, okay, fine, I'll go in. If I die, then I die. I want my Top Gun, right? Alright, let's move in. He's actually gone all the way around over there, which is a bit unfortunate. Can I get to him before my allies do? Nope, he dies. I don't get my Top Gun. How sad. But still, that's 5 kills, 3,600 damage. And because this thing's heat rounds are so crap, you're forced to fire APCR, or standard APCR, which means you can actually make decent amount of credits in this tank. But yeah, so let's move on to the next replay. Hey, check it out, guys. We're back on Caucuses yet again. This map farms replays, I guess. And it's funny because yesterday I said, you know, the map is so good because you can get a lot of replays. And I said this in the flamethrower video. Like as if I didn't just play only 2 games in the flamethrower. That was one of them. But no, this map is quite fun and enjoyable. And it does seem to print replays, but... that guy's spotted. Let's get double bushed here. And he just got out in time, but... yeah, we're not in the greatest matchup, but... hopefully we could do something good. I got spotted even before I fired, so... that's interesting. I wonder who spotted me. And, of course, this guy just goes in and dies. Like a dog. But, let's see. I'm still spotted. But it's like, okay, it doesn't seem like anybody actually has a line of sight on me. It just seems like I'm being permalit by some light tank, and that's the light tank right there. So, he gets spotted, he's probably going to leave. I'm going to go in the reload. I think the early damage opportunities at this spot is now over. So, where do I go? It turns out there's actually a somewhat okay position over here. You can see those 2 people have just pushed straight to our side. Okay. And it looks like right here there's a little bit of a ledge. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. So, they have to back up a bit in order for me to get some damage, but maybe they will. That's a 263, that's a pretty nasty tank, right? They might back up into me. So let's see here, and... oh, there's one. Reload. And... destroyed. Now, will the duplet back up? Well, actually, there's a Barask over there. And so, although this tank has piss-poor penetration, it does have very fast shell velocities. Let's see here. 1,400. So I guess sniping isn't the worst thing you can do in this tank, although its accuracy is bad. It's not like the Prototipo. But still, these are the broadside of tanks and not cupola sniping, and oh man, if only I was loaded right about now. Yeah, I don't get it, man. This thing's clip damage is what, 960? And that's a long reload. But put one into him, put another one into him, and he's so busy trying to unload his magazine, he just sits there and takes it. So, you know, I forgot to show you something. Let me rewind it, actually. As with most newer tanks added to this game, it's got an animation for shooting. Watch this. Bonk. A little hatch opens. Very interesting. It didn't eject the second shell. Maybe that was a glitch or something, but yeah, every time you fire in this tank, this little door opens up and a shell is popped out. And oh my god, is that another person here for me? But the thing is, the Skoda does 920 and only has like a 20-second reload. So, yeah, the DPM on this tank is kind of a letdown, but if these people are just going to sit there and take it, well then look, that's fine. I've already farmed 1,000 damage. Pretty good. Now I leave. The reason I leave is because the Barask looks like he's actually coming for me. And if I get spotted over there, I'm going to get shot by like 3 people. Or even doubled by a duplet. However, look, the Barask does not come for me. So I can actually just go right back to where I was. And that's good because I was farming quite a lot over there. And again, this is always standard rounds, so you would make a lot of credits in this tank. Whereas in the prototypal, you still make credits, but I spam gold. Because why wouldn't you? For me, credits is not an issue. I have like 200 million credits, but... Let's see. Oh, if you're wondering why I have 200 million credits, it's because I pretty much only play frontline. And when you have every tank in the game, there isn't really much to spend credits on. And now that shot tracked him because I couldn't lead properly. And, the duplet put a shot into me, but fortunately I killed the bat chat, so I took out their vision. They still have one other light, though. But that's good. I will always overpoke and eat shit if it means I can kill the light tank. So, gonna reload. How many more rounds can I put into these people? And, oh, it actually looks like I have a shot at this guy. He's hidden. Will he poke? There's one shot. I got spotted. Not really sure by how or by who. And the Tiger 2 puts a shot into me. It could be the Barask, but if it was, wouldn't have the Barask started shooting me by now? I guess not. And then I'm not spotted, so I don't know. Maybe the T-92 actually had an angle and he spotted me through the bushes with CVS or whatever, but let's see. I come back here. Do I get spotted? No. So I guess maybe it was the T-92. And there's the Barask. Will he back into me? Maybe, maybe not. The Tiger 2's over here. And oh, perfect. Oops, I thought he was going to keep going forward. He didn't. And I don't even know where that one went. That maybe have been a product of the crappy accuracy of this tank. However, we've won the heavy flank. And so, if I could just reload my magazine, I can maybe get another clip off. The SU pings the middle, and I think, actually, yeah, okay, I can go there, maybe clear out what's in the middle, and then I have free shots into the sides of those people like the Tiger 2 and the duplet. However, oh, that's a nice ass got right there. Aim, and there's one. There's two, and I actually get spotted. Alright, don't miss. Okay, perfect. 4 kills, 4,800 damage. That's not too bad. Even though this tank has pretty bad DPM. When people just sit there and let you farm them, it works out. And so, where's... Oh, the duplet actually went all the way back, interestingly. And, holy cow, am I going to get another clip off? Look at this T-54B over here. Alright. Put one, reload. Put another one, and... Wow, okay. Yeah, 5.6 thousand damage, all with standard ammo. So this game probably would make, with your credit boosters and all that, probably like a good 250,000 credits. So that's very, very good. Anyway, can I kill, or at least put a shot into this duplet? There's an ELC even 90 waiting for him. He puts a shot, he kills him, alright. That missed somehow, but there we go. Killed him. And so, 5 kills, almost 6,000 damage. I paused it right as the shell was being ejected. Yeah, that's a lot of credits and pretty effective. So, yeah, let's move on to the next replay. We're on Proc, and I don't have a second loadout or a scouting loadout, and so I don't have max view range. What can I do in this match to actually be effective? Well, first of all, look at this. They've got like a winter version of this map. And it's got like little lights here. You can see that right there. Whatever this is supposed to be. A reindeer. Oh. You can destroy these, by the way. You just break them. But yeah, so come over here. Even though you don't have the greatest view range, you might be able to catch a light tank going into that position. Now, whenever I use free cam, if you look on the mini-map, it cancels my view range circles. And to put them back, I have to like do this. And it like refreshes them. But anyway, sometimes if you have more view range, you can scout or spot a light tank going up there. And our idiot light tank has died by just YOLOing in, because of course. There's one shot, it missed. There's another one, and actually tracked him there. It's insane that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tank destroyers and a medium tank, and they all missed the light tank. And I have to come in and shoot him. Now, to be fair, I do have very fast shell velocities, which made it easier, but... So now what? We don't have a light, and they have a light. How are we supposed to deal with this? Well, hopefully, because our light is dead... And yeah, look, I knock over a piece of fence, and the artillery blinds... Or I knock over this tree, and I immediately get blinded by an artillery. And he splashes for... 310, just fucking obnoxious artillery. Anyway, I didn't realize this tank that I'm gonna shoot at has armor, because it does. And maybe it doesn't have armor. This tank's penetration is just really bad. And so... I'm hoping maybe that's his side, but yeah. You can see our artillery moved up all the way there for no fucking reason and got spotted and killed. That must mean their enemy light tank is close. And it's not the worst thing ever. The closer the enemy light gets to you guys, the easier it'll be to spot him. And so, when it starts looking like he's close, in that I get spotted, for example, then I'll know it is time to try and outspot him. And, this guy has fired his gun, and now he's dead. Interestingly, our friends are getting spotted, I'm not getting spotted. So now I'm thinking, is this tree in between me and the light? You see, I literally looked at it. Because how can I shoot and not get spotted, but these guys get spotted? And so I'm thinking now, that might just be the reason. The light tank is right there. That's my detective work. And so I'm gonna leave, okay? Presumably he's gonna move up now. So... how do I take out a light tank as a medium with no view range? Well, you kind of just have to YOLO him, which you can sort of do because of this ridge here. And so I think he's actually far enough that I can just go in and try and proxy him and then leave. So watch this. They're pinging that he's over there, and I think he's over there. And so, any moment now, boom. I've gotten close enough that I can see him, I put a shot into him, and I duck into here. I've just taken out the light tank. Just like that. And this is the only reason you should go to the bowl as a light tank. Is if you get spotted and you need a quick getaway. There's no reason to just come here just for no reason. Like, I don't know, sometimes people come in here, they think it's a good position or something. It's not. It's a terrible position, but... I've actually managed to get out now. And so, this is a close game. The fact that I was able to take out the enemy light means that we can actually win. And if you look on the other side of the map, it is completely empty. Like, devoid of anyone. So, okay, fine, I'll go over there. This version of the map doesn't have the train here. And so I guess if you were fast enough, you can just jump up and holy fuck, this Doppel just lost half his health to Artie. Anyway, I'm gonna intuition heat, and maybe I can Coppola this guy. And, oh, I actually don't have the gun depression to do it. He's getting shot though, so perfect. Now all I need to do is just wait for my sixth sense to deactivate, get unspotted, and then jump this ridge. And here we go. Any second now. Okay, perfect. So, I'm going to try and take this side of the map. I have a Hori for support, which is very nice. Hopefully, that means we can take out this duplet if it turns out he is on this side of the railways. And so I'm going to approach with these trees between us. Do I have a shot here? Aim, aim, aim. I'm firing heat, so I can't necessarily go through his side, but... And... okay, that side now is flat. Perfect. Gotta clip off and... Oh, gotta keep these trees in between me and him. I am reloading and... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Kept these bushes in between me and him. He doesn't see me. And so I can reload for free, and I won't get, like, double-shotted for all my health. And I could have moved up the 2-line and tried to spot and get assist. But to be honest, I don't know if that's possible. They've got still some decent tank destroyers that have camo, and I don't really have view range. So instead, I'm just going to do this. Perfect. And the reason I'm showing you this replay is because I didn't necessarily do the highest amount of damage. It was literally to just teach you how to deal with a light tank when your team has lost your light tank. And because they had no lights, our tank destroyers could move up. And now the game's just a win. So, this is just the little things you can do to help win your games. And of course, if you're gonna win games, or at least if it's not a shit loss, for that matter, that means the games will last longer and you can get more damage. Now, this guy put a big old round into me, but now he's spotted. And, let's see here. I don't want to take the chance he shot. This is probably the last shot I'm gonna get on him, so I'm just gonna go behind him. And this guy is actually just retarded. I'm obviously reloading. Why are you turning your side to my allies? You'll see again. Okay, he kills that guy. He's a one-shot now. And why are you turning towards me? I'm reloading. But, you know, it is what it is. Still, 3,400 damage as a medium tank that's not top tier. And not really on the best map, because I don't have great accuracy or pen for this. But still, I hope that play to outspot the light tank was useful for you. To put it quickly, or shortly, your light tank dies. Oh shit. Okay, their light tank is gonna try and scout you. Okay, let him go deeper and deeper and deeper, and then boom, rush him. And then you could either turn around and go back here, or go into the bowl, and you may be able to survive. I survived it. And then that's it, you take out the light. It's that easy. It turns out the light was actually camping up here. And so, if it was like an ELC even 90, you wouldn't have seen him. But because it was a char, I did see him. However, if he was an ELC even 90, he might be more confident to just go through these bushes, right? Because a char doesn't really have great camo, ELC does. Anyway, the point is, okay, he's confident. Your teammates are getting spotted. That means he has moved up somewhat. Try and get him. So I hope this was interesting for you. I hope this video was entertaining somewhat. And thanks for watching.